Hey folks, well, it is the next day and we are heading out to the site where we are building the extension to the shop. We built one last year and now we're working on the other side. It's going to be a little smaller. This one's only going to be 10 feet, but yeah, let's get started. Last fall we picked up a whole bunch of wood, scrap wood, for different various projects and so forth. Now I just went through it and I did find some good wood that I'll be able to use for my wall in lieu of the new 2x4s. So the whole idea here is I ordered enough wood to do the project, but if I can reclaim some of this older wood to build these smaller projects like this, then that's exactly what I want to do, because Lord knows that, if we get an idea to build another project, I don't want to have to just go order the lumber again. I'd rather have lumber on stock, and this is the way for us to build up that stock. So I'm just going to go ahead and get through these, get them measured and cut for my wall planks or my wall pieces, and then I'll start working on the bottom and top plates. Okay, that's it. I've got all my lumber ready, so all we got to do now is just put it together. All right, so we have double bottom plate there. We've got a double top plate there. We've got a 2x4s for the walls. And this wall is damn near done. The last thing I need to do is I've got to get my cement blocks, because we're going to be putting blocks here and then resting the wall on the block. So on the other side, I used 6x6s, but I'm out of 6x6, so I do have some cement blocks. So that's what we're going to be putting down. Once I get the blocks down, the next step typically would be to make sure everything's level. However, this building is sagging, or not sagging, but it has sunk. So what I'm going to do is trying to level this shed right now with all the equipment that's inside of it is futile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the level of the shed, and then I'm going to level the wall to the shed. Now that's the same method I used on the other side. Seems to work good. Ideally, I would like to at some point level this building off. When I do, as long as this wall and the rafters are level to the shed, when I go to level the shed, I should be able to level everything at once. So, but we're a ways away from that. For right now, this is going to be more than sufficient. So, yeah. All right, we got to go get some blocks. So we got the wall up, but I had to take it down because when we were looking at how the footers were set up, it wasn't right. So we went ahead and we laid the wall down, and now what I'm doing is setting these footers so that they are level with each other and to the shed, and then we'll go ahead and put the wall back up. The other thing we noticed was that this wall over here is taller than the wall on the other side, primarily because it's not as far away from the shed. So we're trying to get a very similar angle, and by dropping, or by leveling these guys and actually dropping some of them, to get that level, seems to be working. And it's going to drop this wall about 3 inches from where it was when we originally put it up. So, and that's good because it does give us more of an angle. The concern here isn't so much just the angle from aesthetics. The concern is the snow load. So in the wintertime, we are going to get a heavy snow, and that snow is going to build up. Now we do try to clean these as much as we can. The steeper the angle of the roof, the easier the snow will come off. When we originally put this on, I mean, it had an angle, but it really wasn't a lot. So by dropping it 3 inches, it'll give us a little bit more of an angle. So basically what I have to do is dig out around the block, level it up, and get them all in place. All right, so they are all level, ready to go. So the next step here is just to take this tin off so I can prep the side of the shed for the rafters. So here we go. Yeah, that's pretty gross. That looks like a season of flies and ladybugs that just didn't make it. Ugh. Okay, so we've got all of the tin off. I'm gonna go put this tin away because we are getting new tin. We're not gonna be using the same stuff that we had up here, unlike how we did it on the other side. This time we're gonna buy some tin, perfect length tin, and we're gonna salvage this stuff for other projects that we have going on this year. And good morning. It is a new day here on the homestead, and we are right back at the project here of expanding our workshop. So I've got this first section piece up here. This is what the rafters will be sitting on. We're getting ready to put the second piece up. Once I get these up, then I'll go back and I'll add more screws to it just to make sure it's nice and fastened well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come underneath here and add some 2x4 bracing, and that'll just help with the weight of those rafters. So, all right, let's get to it. Okay, so we've got our supports up here, and that is done. So the next step here is we're going to cut this first rafter. Now I've already hung it and got my angle up against the shed and my end plate location here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one. We'll get it up here. We will get it attached. We will have to probably move this back wall a little bit to make sure that I have the right angle or the right distance from the shed to the wall. And then, yeah, we'll get that first one up. We're going to get that one in place, and then we will have already cut our second one. And then we will get that up on this far side. And what that will do is give us the spacing that we need for the wall in relationship to the shed. And then from there, it's just a matter of cutting all of the rafters and getting them hung up.